The iPhone 11 Pro is not a perfect phone. In September 2019, Apple released its latest phone models at that time, the iPhone 11 series. Around a month later, it was also released here in the Philippines, and in November, I got my personal iPhone 11 Pro. And after using it as my daily driver in the past 6 months and being able to use it extensively, especially during this quarantine period, I am now confident to give you my full review of the iPhone 11 Pro. And we'll talk about several things here. We'll talk about the hardware, the software, the camera, the display, the battery, the special features, some cons, and personal insights on the iPhone 11 Pro. So without further ado, let's proceed to the video. The iPhone 11 Pro has a length of 144mm and a width of 71.4mm. It is 8.1mm thick and weighs at 188 grams, which is not that light for a smartphone. But inside, it packs the latest A13 Bionic chip from Apple, and it's the fastest, or one of the fastest chips inside a smartphone today. So the iPhone 11 Pro has a 4GB of RAM, and it comes with a storage option of 64, 256, and 512GB. And it comes in 4 colors: the white, the space gray, the gold, and the midnight green color. Right out of the box, the iPhone 11 Pro has an iOS 13 software, and in the course of the several months, Apple has been releasing software updates on the buggy iOS 13. And right now, the latest version of it is the iOS 13.4.1. And I'd recommend you, if you're using an iPhone 11 or even other iPhone models that are supported by the iOS 13, I recommend that you would update to the latest version, which is iOS 13.4.1. And for this particular video, or for this particular model, I'll tell you my reason later on why I am recommending you to update to iOS 13.4.1. For the camera, the iPhone 11 Pro has a triple camera lens system on the back. There's a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with f2.0 aperture with optical image stabilization and 2x optical zoom, plus also the 12-megapixel wide lens with f1.8 aperture, also with optical image stabilization, and of course a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens with f2.4 aperture and 120 degrees FOV. At the front, it also has a 12-megapixel front-facing camera with the f2.2 aperture. Also, all cameras allow 4K video recording at 24, 30, and 60 frames per second, and a 1080p HD at 30 or 60 frames per second. Also has a slow motion video feature, portrait mode both in the front and in the back cameras, as well as the setup with the A13 Bionic chip will definitely enable you to capture the best possible images and videos in a smartphone. The iPhone 11 Pro has a 5.8-inch Super Retina XDR display. This is just another way of saying that it has an OLED display, and it has a 2436 by 1125 resolution, which gives you a around 458 pixels per inch display with a 2 million to 1 contrast ratio, and it has a true tone display feature, wide color feature, and a very bright 800 nits of brightness with peak of up to 1200 nits. And this display is the smallest in the three lineups. The iPhone 11 is bigger and the iPhone 11 Pro Max is the largest. However, the iPhone 11 has a liquid retina display, which is another way of saying LCD, so that might be a factor for you in choosing a phone. The iPhone 11 Pro has a 3046 mAh battery and could easily last you through the whole day, and it's the smallest battery capacity of the three models, but with the Super Retina XDR display, which is very efficient, especially if you use the dark mode feature, the iPhone 11 Pro, and of course the machine learning of the A13 Bionic chip, the phone's battery life would definitely be more than satisfactory for your everyday use. For special features, the iPhone 11 Pro has a deep fusion feature which was introduced in the iOS 13.2 update. So this feature enables you to get the best possible image while taking photos. There's also the spatial audio feature and Dolby Atmos enabled, so it enables you to have a more immersive sound while watching videos and other contents. It has also an IP68 water resistance rating, but it's the most water resistant phone in the market right now because it has a water resistance of up to 4 meters of depth for 30 minutes. Of course, it's spill and dust resistance. It has also the new and improved Face ID feature, of course the new dark mode feature, and the fast charging capacity of up to 50% in 30 minutes using the 18-watt charger that is included right out of the box. It has also the wireless charging capacity, and one that is not commonly mentioned in other reviews of this phone is that it's made from recycled materials, particularly the metals that are used in manufacturing this phone are recycled materials. So this phone is an environment friendly phone. However, the iPhone 11 Pro is not a perfect phone. It also has some disadvantages, like the notch, for example. It has been the same for a few years already and it's still the same in this model. And so, if you're looking for a new look at the front, you're not gonna find it in the iPhone 11 Pro. Also, the iPhone 11 Pro does not have the reverse wireless charging capability that phones released earlier than the iPhone 11 Pro already has, like the Samsung Galaxy S10 for example. Also, the night mode is not present in the front-facing camera of the iPhone 11. It only works for the back camera, and the night mode feature is not or cannot be activated manually. Also, it has a 60 Hz screen refresh rate, while other flagship phones released around the time of the iPhone 11 Pro's release already has a 90 or 120 Hz screen refresh rate. It also do not have the multitasking capability that you can find on Android phones. It has no 5G capability, although for me and for users in the Philippines, you don't need the 5G capability yet here in the Philippines. And for me, I also have observed glitches and stutters when unlocking the phone. The screen tends to freeze, and when using apps like Facebook and other social networking sites, from time to time, the screen tends to freeze. So that's one issue that I had with my phone. Another one is overheating issues, which I found out that other users are having problem with as well. So, and for me, that issue was resolved when I updated to iOS 13.4, and even right now in 13.4.1, that overheating issue is practically gone. So if you're having those kinds of issues with your iPhone, I recommend that you update to the latest iOS version. And of course, my only regret for my iPhone is that it has already started to discolor on the sides. So the stainless steel frame started to discolor because of the interaction with my hands, because during hot weathers my palms tend to get a little bit sweaty, so that sweatiness caused the discoloration on the sides of my iPhone. So my only regret is that I was not able to buy a protector for my phone. And so if you tend to have sweaty hands, I recommend that you buy a protector for your phone. For the price, the iPhone 11 Pro with the 64GB of memory costs 67,990 pesos, and the 256GB version costs 76,990 pesos, while the 512GB costs at 89,990 pesos. I got the 512GB version, but I was able to save around 20,000 pesos worth in getting this phone, and I will discuss that on another video, so you better watch out for that. Of course, the ultimate question now is, should I buy the iPhone 11 Pro in 2020? So that depends on several factors. Of course, the number one is the budget. So if you can afford them, definitely go for it. It's a good phone, it's worth the price. So if you can afford it, then definitely go for it. However, if you want an alternative, a cheaper alternative, then you can go for the iPhone 11 instead. But you'll be trading some features like the OLED display, the telephoto camera lens in the back, and the 18-watt charger right out of the box. But still, it's a powerful phone, still a good phone for me. And if you want a cheaper alternative, then you can go for the iPhone 11 instead, or the iPhone SE2, which was recently released by Apple. So you can go for those two alternatives instead. And also the purpose. So if you're into gaming, it may not be the best alternative for you or the best choice for you, because it only has a 60 Hz refresh rate. So if you're into screen refresh rates and all of those things while you're gaming, the iPhone 11 Pro might not be a good choice, because there are other phones out there that has a 90 Hz or 120 Hz screen refresh rates. So you might wanna check out those phones, and other gaming phones like Asus ROG or Luxshark phones. You might wanna check those first if you're into the screen refresh rates feature of your phone. Of course, the size as well. So how large or how small you want your phone to be, so that's also a factor. So I went for the iPhone 11 Pro because it's the smallest and it's just right for my hand. So it depends on the user as well. There's also that factor of customization and conformity. So if you're into customizing your phone, then you might want to go for an Android phone instead. But if you don't change your phone that much, except for the wallpaper maybe, then the iPhone 11 Pro will be a good phone for you. Actually, it will be more than good for you. And of course, ultimately, what are you after? So if you're after special features, then an Android phone would be better, I guess. But if you're more after the stability of your phone in terms of software, and you're looking to keep it for the next 3 to 5 years, then you go for an iPhone because of the software support that it has for a pretty much long period of time. So the stability is there, constant software updates and security fixes, bug fixes even. And so if you're after that, then you go for an iPhone. But if you're more on the special features and all of those things, then I suggest that you can get an Android phone instead. So that has been my final thoughts for the iPhone 11 Pro phone, and that's my full review. Again, this is me, Edison. This is Ed's Tech Talk. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe to this channel. And until next time, stay at home, stay safe, and see you again. Bye bye.